Everything's good about Brooklyn.
What not to love about Brooklyn, really? Like, everything. The people, culture, music.
The museum, the library.
On contact, I do say, take out a book you won't repay. Do it now, do it today, and then someday you'll have the knowledge. And after that, you'll go to college. This library can't compare to any library anywhere.
Well, I started taking media classes in college, and that ended up being my major, cinema. And then when I came back here after I graduated, I didn't do anything with it. And then one day I happened to turn on the TV, which I rarely do, and it was this ad for free media classes at BRIC. I was like, oh, that's perfect, because I had just gotten a library card and they had formed a partnership with the library. I was like, I'm going to try that. So I looked you guys up, I saw a couple of classes, and I decided to enroll. So the pictures that I shot were mostly done in Coney Island branch. A lot of the shots that I took, Liam had advised me, the instructor, that you kind of want to see things from different perspectives. You don't always want to take things head on, like try a different angle. So a couple of the first shots that I took were of this plaque, I guess, of 9/11. So I kind of leaned to the side and you could see it raised a little bit, and then eventually it kind of distorted what it actually was. The next shot I took was one straight up of the cyclone or the Ferris wheel, I forget what it was. And then I got really creative. I was like, a couple of drops that fell on the camera, and I blew on it, and it kind of created this mist, and it made all the colors pop. If you want to capture the motion, I think you have to open it up a little bit wider or make it a shorter f-stop. So I took a couple of pictures of the birds flying around. I did a couple of shots where I wanted to draw the eye in, so I did ones of the boardwalk and that like narrow walkway that you go through. It happened to be people were on there, but there was a little bit of symmetry going on too. And then because it was a foggy day, you got like a branch of cloud and mist that divided the buildings up, and then you would get the top of the building. I don't have a background in photography, but I do enjoy feasts for the eyes, like natural things, so I gravitate towards that. I'm a big fan of like Bollywood films, only because of the colors and the vibrancy of everything in there, so I would love to explore photography a little bit more and then move on to the moving image and kind of create it like a moving painting. Take courses at BRIC, they're free.
Hi everyone, my name is Latoya Johnston and I am a production and facilities assistant at BRIC, and I am in front of the Brooklyn Public Library, the New Lots branch. It takes me about 5 minutes to walk from my house to the branch. That was one of the reasons why I chose to be at this location. I also wanted to be at this location because I want to see my community grow in a positive way. I thought that this program would help a lot of people in the neighborhood. Maybe they've always thought about producing a show, but maybe they didn't know how to. So I thought this was a great idea for a BRIC to bring a program like this to the library, especially this one, because this is not the richest neighborhood in Brooklyn. When I go to BRIC on Fulton Street, it's fast-paced, everybody's moving. But when I come to the New Lots branch, everything is more calm. So it gives you kind of time to just, settle down, get your thoughts together. It's a different environment to be in. So when I'm on my walk to the library, I just get to stop and look at things, look at the people, look at the train, look at the gardens, those small things that I don't get to do when I'm downtown. I also enjoy the gardens, like the farmers markets that we have in East New York.
My name is Deborah Gregg, and I'm the Urban Agriculture Director at East New York Farms. We grow diverse vegetable crops for our farmers market and our youth program. We grow using only sustainable methods, so everything you see is kind of really commonly used in not only farming but also sustainable farming. So we use drip irrigation and our water tank in order to preserve water. So drip irrigation is like a small tube that kind of drips water right to the roots of the plant. And our water tank, which is back there, gets water from the 2 rooftops near here.
There's like 33 youth here that go to different gardens. Like today, we have 2 groups that are in different gardens right now, as well as me and Baz over there is gardening too. We help volunteers every first and third Saturday with our garden, and we work with older gardeners around East New York and help their gardens out. This program kind of spawned out of people asking about where can healthier foods come from, how can we provide easier food access for people in the community, a safer place for their children and families.
I think the garden is like 16 years old. I know we're growing a lot of hot peppers, tomatoes, Swiss chard. I work with volunteers and I educate about the farm. The youth are doing a positive thing by working in here, so they can see that not youth are not bad, that some youth really like to help it out.
If you visit every first and third Saturday and help us out, that would be great.
I think we have the best farmers market around. It's really, really, really fun. There's music and all sorts of different food, and our youth sell a lot of produce, and there's other farmers who come too. And you should come every Saturday, starting June 28th from 9 to 3, and check it out. It's actually just a fun thing to do if you have some time. People use our market to hang out and not just to shop. So.
A couple of years ago, maybe like 6-7 years ago, I moved to New York City. I grew up in St. Lucia. My perspective of working is in this particular area, at first I was a little bit timid just because of the neighborhood. Where I'm from Staten Island, is a little bit more mixed. Flatbush is a little bit more mixed, so I guess I was a little bit more comfortable. So coming here, I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know if these people would like me. But we have been getting people here, and they're super friendly. I haven't experienced anything. But I think this location is actually a really great location because this is a culture that I know nothing about. We could learn more about what they do, because I would love to know how they care their hair, how they grow their kids up and stuff like that, what they eat. If we could get them in here and show it, that'd be some good stuff.
One of the other incredible things about taking these classes there is the help and expertise you get from us, BRIC staff. So I sat down with Jasmine to take a look at some of the footage from one of our last video production in the field classes to give some commentary about techniques. So let's take a look. Jasmine, what do you think about this shot that they took here?
I think this was a very well-framed shot. It's white balanced, a little overexposed because of the white background and the shininess on his forehead. Overall, I think they did a pretty good job framing him.
What do you see here?
Over here, I see that they did not focus properly. So the framing is really good. Another good medium shot. His hands are above the camera and his elbows are not cut off too much.
And let's go to the last angle here. And what's the first thing that you noticed, Jasmine?
The first thing I noticed is the headroom. It is so big. No, I'm joking. Usually you have headroom if like you want to tell your audience, hey, something is going to happen, something is going to fall in his head, or maybe a fire alarm is going off. But if nothing is happening, it's just dead open space that the eyes naturally attract to. So you don't want your audience to do that. You want them to focus on the person speaking. Okay, so over here I noticed that they also didn't white balance. They had a very crisp shot, meaning they focused really good. Thanks guys, hope you all enjoyed it and hope you'll come on down to Kings Highway and take some classes.
My name is Rebecca Centeno and I work at BRIC at the BPL Coney Island branch. What I noticed going down there, it has, at least on the N train, it's kind of like gritty. There's graffiti some parts are very industrial, and in a way it's ugly, but it's like beautiful in its grittiness, and there's a sort of beauty to it, and it has this kind of historic, cultural feel to it.
Coney Island, the world's greatest fun frolic, with its beach miles long, all peppered with people, the place where merriment is king.
Well, we have a few people who are repeats. A lot of them are working on other things within the community.
My name is Pamela Pettyjohn. I'm a Coney Island resident, and I took video blogging today. Coney Island is a small town in the middle of a big city. It's community. It's neighbors. It's people helping people. It's the largest playground in the world. It's the rides. It's the beach. It's the cotton candy and ice cream. It's all these wonderful things to me.
Coney Island to me is a fantasy. It's a dream come true. I always wanted to live out here next to the water, for the peacefulness of it. And even when things get tight and get bad, we always have the water to rely on. It really feels like an island. It's just always someplace that I wanted to be.
I'm here to draw comics, and I call them Coney Island comics. Get the grape juice X-ray correspondent goggles. I'm learning a lot here at BRIC. Putting the words and the sounds together with the comics is something that I can honestly say I never thought I would do. I love my boss. Wait, what?
One of the newest classes we offer this year started at Coney Island, and that's DIY stop motion animation. This class is the first class offered by BRIC utilizing tablets to teach students how to make stop motion animation videos. And this is one of my favorites because of the personal content that's created by some of our students, capturing your poetry and digital storytelling. And I'd like to show one of our students' pieces from Coney Island.
I've lived in Coney Island for 20 years. Most people are only familiar with the amusement park, the rides, the beach, and the boardwalk, and think the rest of Coney Island is a dangerous neighborhood populated with scary people. So I decided to take photos around Coney Island to show the world the many different people and things that exist in this neighborhood. If people lived here, they would be as fascinated with this place as I am, the ghetto by the sea.